and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you Odins Playbook Tarot. Rather than it being a Norse tale, this is a deck by Dani'el Norman. I was looking through Danielle's decks and really liked the look of her work, so I contacted her and she asked if I'd like to review this deck, and I agreed. As you know, I also read Runestones, and I've got some in this pot here. And you can see these Runestones are multicoloured and they have the runes on. So yeah, I also read Runestones in my readings, and I've got some more in here. So I can give you another example. You can see here, these are runes. In fact, I've got quite a few different sets of runes that I like to use, and I also sometimes use rune cards. These aren't runes, they are based on runes, but they are a tarot deck. So this is Odins Playbook. As you can see, it comes in a really pretty box. It's got like a wood effect on the side. You can see a picture of a runestone there. Okay, and on the back, this is actually a Kickstarter at the moment. You can see a picture of some of the card examples. It says, "Enter the vibrant world of the Norsemen, where Odin takes you on a journey, helping you to align and explore with the energies of this ancient past. A fun and vibrant Viking age deck with added rune magic that invites you to dive even deeper into the questions and wisdom that you seek. May Odin's Playbook become your trusted guide, helping you to unlock your own innate knowledge." So really pretty deck. As you can see, there's all leaves on the outer rim of the box, and inside the lid it says, "Attune to the knowledge of the earth." I really like that image as well. In the box you receive a guidebook and the cards. Oh, and in the bottom of the box it says, "I hope that Odin's Playbook becomes a faithful friend to you, helping to ground you and give you clarity and strength to overcome all obstacles that you face. This deck was created for you. Much love," and it's signed by Danielle. So I will just put that card back in place so we can have a look through it in a moment. This is the deck. We'll have a look at that shortly. It's very pretty. I'll just put this in the background so you can see where it's coming from. And we'll have a look at the guidebook. It's quite a small guidebook. It was produced in 2021. And it has an introduction, important information, some tarot spreads, major arcana keys, extra card, which is Odin, the suit of staves, the suit of horns, the suit of axes, and the suit of rings. And then it explains about the Elder Forthright rune meanings, recommended reading, and it's got a thank you and a bibliography. Sorry, a biography. Quick introduction. And it says that the court cards have been changed to suit the energy of the deck, as well as based on Viking age hierarchy in society. So the pages are now poets, the knights are now shield maidens, the queens are now chieftains, and you will see both men and women in this role, and the kings are now rulers. So all the court cards have been done in such a way that shows the play that they are in. You are the tarot, and so she thought it would be fun to show this in the deck. Each court card has its own unique stage backdrop with relatable stage objects that surround them. It also explains that you'll find runes from the Elder Futhark within each major arcana card using the universal correspondence system. And a fun little add-on, throughout the deck within some of the cards you will find the Fool in the background walking throughout his journey. So we'll have a look if we can spot him. So it gives you some spreads, as you can see. It doesn't draw out the spreads, it just explains them. And then, hang on a minute, have I gone past the spreads? I have. And then it gives you the keys, so the key information to the major arcana here. So you can see them all there. So there aren't any pictures in this, it is just black and white. And then it gives you the keys to the minor arcana. Now, it says that staves, so staves would just be wands. And then we've got the suit of, let me see, this is the first time I've looked through this, the suit of horns, I'm just wondering if it explains what horns are. Nope. And then we've got the suit of axes. And then we have the suit of rings. So I'm guessing the rings would be coins and the axes would be swords, and therefore the horns would be cups. And then it explains about the runes, which is good. And it gives you some recommended and inspired reading, and then thank you and about the author. So Dani'el Norman is a self-taught designer, illustrator and writer. She's the author and graphic designer of the Ascension Tarot, which at some point I'm hoping to get. Please just excuse, I've just noticed, looks like manky nails, but this is poster paint from my daughter. She lives in Ontario, Canada, but she grew up in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and she still calls that place home. She's a Leo Sun, Virgo Moon and Taurus Rising, so it gives you a bit of information about Danielle. And she carries on giving you some information about her zodiac signs, how she likes to walk, and her website that you can find her at danielnorman.ca. So it's just a nice little guidebook. There are no pictures in it, but it's there to refer to. The first card you get in this deck, so you can see the back of them here, is symmetrical. It's in a lovely blue. The first card you get is actually the rune names. So Odin's runes. So I'm just going to put that to one side with the guidebook and then show you the rest of the deck. It feels matte, it's lovely, it's got lovely blue navy edging, as you can see, and so we'll just pop through the cards. So we've got the Fool here, and as you remember, like I said in the guidebook, the backdrop or the staging changes, and it's a story being told. So we have the Magician, and you can see here some of the runes. And then we've got the Seeress. So the names and the titles have actually changed. Then we've got the Mother, the Father, the Elder, the Lovers. I love the colours in this deck. I love the imagery, it's beautiful. I quite like the titling. So the Chariot. I'm going to be honest with you, I will find this difficult to use this deck because yes, I'm used to using runes, and yes, I'm used to using tarot, but I think some of the titles of these cards may be slightly confusing. I do like that you've got rune pictures in there for strength. Oh, the Hermit. So these are recognisable tarot cards. And obviously we've got the Wheel, which is called the Web of Weird, or Word, sorry. And then we've got Justice. The image is really colourful and very, very pretty, and you can feel that Viking sort of feel to it. The Hanged Man, I always spin them the other way up. Now this is different for me because usually the Hanged Man is hanging quite peacefully for most tarot decks. You know, it's not a card where they're struggling, but this they've actually been speared. I'm not so sure I relate to this deck fully, but I do like the imagery. Death, Temperance, which I find beautiful. The Devil. Now this is a really interesting card because if you look closer here, it almost looks like there's the Lovers in the bottom corner, but the Lovers are in the Devil's hand. And the Devil's got long talons and that eyeliner and one dark side and one light side, which, like, there's a light and a dark to the Devil. Well, the Devil is about sort of addiction and need, and there is that sort of bondage side to it and that sort of sexual side to the Devil, but I like that there's light and dark on this card. I find that interesting. The Tower, interesting. It's a building that's been struck. This is one of the most beautiful star tarot cards I've seen, and it's just because of this cosmic background. I love it. I really, really love it. So that's the Star. And the Moon. How beautiful is the Moon? This Moon here reminds me of the Moonology Oracle deck, the way it's been done. It's just really pretty. The Sun, Judgment with the horn there, and the World. This, again, another stunning card for the World. I love how it's a tree with all the seasons on it. It's like, you know, the change and that full sort of all aspects of the world, every season, if you will. So here we go with the Minor Arcana. We've got the Ace of Staves. So this would be the Ace of Wands. Really nicely done. And the Two of Staves. and the 3. So you can see the runes there, and you can also see the tarot reference with that waiting for results, stood on that side, waiting on the side of the ocean. Then we've got the 4 of staves, that sort of celebration and happiness, and the 5, rather dark sort of autumnal picture there. Then we've got the 6. So they are very representative of tarot cards, these, in terms of the traditional Rider-Waite. 7. And the 8, which is stereotypical Rider-Waite image, beautifully done. And the 9. At first I thought these were all pencils, but obviously they are staves. And then we've got the 10, and that's a lovely image there on the beach. I think it's just very pretty. So, as it mentioned in the guidebook, rather than the page, we've got the poet. I like, if you look closer, it looks like it's been done on canvas. It feels like you could almost feel it, but it is matte. But I like that the page is done like that. And the shield maiden, which is obviously the knight. And the chieftain. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but the queen. And the ruler, or the king. Again, on that canvassy look. It's beautifully done. So here we're moving on to the horns, and I just know this is cups, isn't it, really, if you look at it. And the imagery of this reminds me, in a way, of the Muse Tarot, just with the colours and the flowers. I think it's just so pretty. But again, it's just beautiful. You've got the 2. Yeah, it's definitely cups. The 3. Once you get used to the suit names, I think it'll be easier. And once I get used to using this deck, this is actually my first time that I've gone through it with you. So the 4, that dissatisfaction. And the 5, that's a really interesting way of looking at things. I love this with the 6 and the door open and looking through the door and the flowers. And it's like the cosmos in the background. It is like that, looking into your past, isn't it? And then we've got the 7. At first I thought these were balls of wool, but they are horns. And the 8, and that's a stereotypical Rider-Waite image. It's really nicely done. And we have the 9. Now, for me, the 9 of cups, or the 9 of horns here, needs to be more colourful, but I just feel like this is, I don't know. I mean, it works. There we go, that's sort of the 10, that's getting there. But the 9's like said to be the wish card, isn't it? And the 10's that contentment, which is perfectly done. Perfectly done. And then we've got the poet, or the page. This time it's on a blue canvas, so you can see the colours change. A shield maiden. And you can see it's not a male figure, it's a female figure, which is fine. We've got the chieftain, again, not a female figure, a male figure here. And then we've got the ruler, not a male figure, a female figure. I like that they've changed genders and they've got diversity in this deck. Wow, the Ace of Axes, or the Ace of Swords. This is stunning, stunning. And the 2 of Axes, nicely done. I've never liked the 3 of Swords. It doesn't matter which deck I have, I don't like the card because it just makes me go, oh no. I remember pulling the 3 of Swords not long before I had a really big family tragedy. And since then I think I've just associated the card with utter heartbreak, which it is all about, but this is quite graphic. 4 of Axes. And the 5. Really pretty, but yeah, there's definitely that Viking feel, isn't there? And the 6, every single card, as you can see, has got runes, and if you look, you can see a rune stone on all of them. Got the 7 here. And the 8. Very pretty. And the 9. I love the colours on this card, but look at that figure in the background, that sort of unknown, that threat. And the 10. But the butterflies, that I love, because the 10 is about, you know, you are totally at rock bottom and you can only go up from here, but look, there's like butterflies surrounding you, so you are in the tarot in this deck, so it is about, yeah, okay, really bad things may have happened and it may be overwhelming and you may feel like you're totally at the bottom of it, but look, the butterflies are out. That's a good thing. Then we've got the Poet of Axes in blue, and the Shield Maiden, or the Knight, and the Chieftain, or the Queen. And I'm going to keep saying these people because hopefully the court cards will then go into my brain and I'll remember them for when I'm pulling cards randomly rather than in order. Then we've got the Ruler, or the King. Ace of Rings, so this is coins, or pentacles, if you will. I love that the snakes are actually crawling in there. It's just really cute, but they're not like threatening snakes. They're cute snakes and they're actually tree roots. Nicely done. 2 of rings, love it. And the 3, that teamwork, and obviously building there together. And the 4, interesting. Oh, I love this. The 5 of rings, that winter scene. I know the 5 of swords is, the 5 of coins is meant to be kind of a lonely sort of card, that sort of being on your own and feeling isolated, but I just love that it always looks like a Christmas scene. And then we've got 6 of rings, really pretty. And the 7, oh, that's so gloriously beautiful. I love the sunflowers. And the 8, ooh, I like that she's threading all the rings on rope. And the 9, how gorgeous is that? And the 10, oh, that's lovely. So then the poet, or the page of rings, or coins, or pentacles. And the shield maiden, or knight of rings, or coins, or pentacles, if we remember it easier. And then we've got the chieftain. Ooh, that's the queen. And then the king. And then, as I mentioned before, we've got this Odin, the All-Father. This is your bonus card. Okay, so this is Odin's Playbook, and I do feel like it is a playbook because it's playing with the idea of combining the runes with the tarot, and it's playing with the suits, and it's playing with the court card, and it's playing completely with the tarot, and Norse has been crossed out and said, you know, it says tarot there. It is a playbook indeed. It's not a deck that I would recommend to beginners for sure, because of the fact that unless you know your tarot, you're not going to want to play it with other decks. You need to know your Rider-Waite first. This is a beautiful deck for those who are into Viking history, into rune reading, who are into arty, different takes on the tarot, modern tarot readers. It's certainly not for traditional tarot readers. I do like it. I really love the artwork. I love Daniel's artwork. I've got to say, I'd really like to get my hands on the Ascension Tarot because I just know that that's absolutely incredible. This is going to take time to grow on me. I'll be completely honest with you. Yes, I'm used to using my runes. Yes, I'm used to using rune cards. I'm not used to runes being in tarot, but I am willing to give it a good shot this week. It is totally different. It is a Kickstarter. Would you back it or not? I'd love to know. I think the card quality and stock is just divine. And I love that it's so matte and it's easy to shuffle. I'm not sure on prices. I haven't looked on the Kickstarter myself, but I can imagine it may be slightly steep, but it's definitely something different. And the card backs, it's just all very pretty, very, very beautiful. And the artwork's phenomenal. So here we are, Odin's Playbook. I hope you've enjoyed my walkthrough review and you found it interesting, informative. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care.